Killed one.
What reflexes? Shut up.
Oh, snap, there's another sniper. Oh, sorry.
Got them all.
Come on, just clip it.
Hey, what's up guys? We're back with another how to win more Warzone Gunfights video. This one I think is the most important of all of them. That is learning from your mistakes. You can play the game all day long, you can practice for hours on end, but if you're not learning from your mistakes, you're probably not getting better. An hour of applied practice on the stuff you actually need to work on is worth 100 hours of just playing the game. So in this video, we're gonna look at a few clips from my Twitch channel, and I'm gonna walk you through step by step how I analyze and break down a mistake I make so that I know what to work on in the future. I could just go through my Twitch channel and find clips of me making mistakes, and trust me, they would not be hard to find. But I decided for the sake of educational content, some squad wipes where I made some pretty obvious mistakes would be the most helpful thing for you guys to be able to see what you should and shouldn't be doing. Thank you guys so much for the support you've been giving me on this channel lately. I really like making these videos, but they take a decent amount of effort for me. I'm not very good at video editing. So I really appreciate all the likes, comments, and new subs you guys have been sending my way. And don't forget to come check me out at twitch.tv/modrummy. All right, let's get to the clips. Down the zip line.
They're not good. He red. And nice. They're not good.
Okay, so in this clip, my teammate's already on top of the tower and already has one player killed. So we know we have a 3v3. It's very important to keep track of how many enemies you have alive because that affects your decision making on when you need to plate, reload, when you should challenge, when you should back off, things like that. So always keep that mental tally going. So I hop out because as you can see in the center of the screen here, there's somebody going up the zip line at this moment. Hop out, get the easy beams on the guy who's just stationary at the top of the zip line. I sped this up, sorry if you get dizzy, just don't want to waste your time just running up some stairs. The guy above me gets rezzed or self-rezzed, immediately re-down him. I use the little jump spot on the tower. I figure most of you are aware of this spot, but just in case you're not, here it is again. You can hop around this corner, and if the player is most likely pointing at the stairwell, as you can see, he's pointing over this way towards the stairwell. He's not expecting you to come across this ledge here, and you kind of get the jump on him. So even though I've lost a plate in a quarter or so, I'm totally fine because I get to shoot first, down him. Okay, here's where the biggest mistake in this clip is, in my opinion. So I'm down a plate, not a huge deal, it's one plate, but I only have 12 bullets in my MAC-10, and I know they only have one player up. Meanwhile, I have two of us up, a 2v1, and my down teammate is perfectly safe. He's not at risk of being thirsted. I'm between the enemy and him. So there's no reason I need to go take a risky 1v1 with this player with only 12 bullets in my gun. 12 bullets is only enough to kill a player with the MAC-10 if you hit every single bullet in the chest, pretty much. I'm not perfect. I'm going to miss a bullet or two. So the safe play would have been to slide back to the stairwell and reload my MAC, or potentially plate, and then take a full health 1v1 with this player, because we don't know whether he is fully plated, whether he has a shotgun, or any other weapon that could just kill us instantly. I'm better off taking the 2v1 with my other teammate and having the easy squad wipe. We get lucky in that it's a bad player. Also, I want to point out, if you haven't already, go watch my movement video. We explain that in depth. Very important that you jump these corners to throw off their aim. So we come around, we jump the corner. We actually caught him mid-plate, which was very lucky. But leaping that corner throws off their aim. If they're on controller, it breaks aim assist for 1/10 of a second or so, which gives you a huge advantage in one of these close-range gunfights. So we crack him, but as we talked about, the MAC runs out of ammo because I didn't take the time to reload. Back up, grab the AMAX, and again, jump the corner to throw off his aim. As you can see, he's hard aiming this corner. Well, we end up a little farther to his right, our left, than he expected, and get the easy kill. That's not going to work on everybody. That was not a particularly good player. He did 0 damage to us during that time. If that was a good player, we die there just from not taking the just second to think and reload the gun. So my takeaway from that video was, I do not need to push a fight that I'm not guaranteed to win. It is totally fine for me to back up, reload, and wait for my other teammates so we can 2v1 this guy and have an easy squad wipe. I very easily could have died there, and then they would have had an easy thirst on my other teammate who was downed, and then we lose that gunfight instead of walk away with a bunch of money and kills. One down. Go finish him and get his loot.
Right here. Oh, no way, I got sniped. Tell you when this kid's coming up the stairs, he's coming up. Or he's back.
Got them all. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and prerequisite this clip by saying my biggest mistake was not being mobile. When you're in a situation where you are outnumbered, one of the most important things you can do is keep moving. When you down a player, don't stay in that same place, even if you finish him. Because what is the first thing you do when your teammate gets killed near you? You're gonna run in that direction to find where that enemy is. So when you down or kill a player, his teammates tend to run towards that area. So move out, quick, circle around, reposition. So right off the bat, we get an easy knock outside. And right here, I knocked him. I don't know where the other players are. I know one's below me, and I'm assuming another one's back over here where I knocked that guy. But either way, that guy's going to have called out upper window of the house, upstairs of the house, something like that, to where their team knows where I came from, or they'll just have heard or seen the gunshots. So they're very aware that there's a player in this upper window. The dumbest thing I can do is walk back to this window. Oh, what do? I walk right back to the window. So my first lesson there was learned, don't take the same peek twice. It's just not worth it. Especially if you have a knock, so you know they're going to run for the res, they know where you are, and they're hard aiming that's a good way to get killed. Don't take the same peek twice. So the next problem was I stayed up here. Even though I'm not taking that peek, I stayed up here where they know I am, where grenades, stuns, C4s, RPGs, anything can come in the window, or just someone running up and killing me. We know there's enemies behind us. We know there's enemies below. The smart place is this window up here, jumping out that window and circling around, because they know where we are currently. We know where at least 2 or 3 of them are currently. This side should be pretty clear. Plus we have a teammate, our green arrow, in that direction. So that's probably our safest play. My lesson learned there was to keep an eye on my mini map and know where the enemy is so that I can reposition and get out of these situations. My teammate gets finished while I was plating up right here. There really wasn't an easy way to get a res there. We heard a lot of footsteps below, so we knew there were a couple players coming to finish him. He really didn't have much of a chance. He maybe could have crawled over to me, but he was most likely dead either way on this one. So I like to stay here, reload, replate, and be ready for the player who's coming up. Get the next knock and the finish. But now I've killed 2 people from this attic. These guys guaranteed know exactly where I am if they didn't before. This is the point where I need to get out of here. And of course I don't. I sit and reload and I take 2 nades that take off all my plates. So the lesson learned there again is be mobile. When you're outnumbered, be mobile. At this point, we know we have 2 dead and my whole team's dead. So I have a 1v2. They know exactly where I am. I'm in the attic above them. I've killed 2 of their teammates from here. So I've got to reposition. And finally, I take the initiative and reposition because I hear a guy plating below me, jump out the window, get the easy kill from behind. I don't know where his buddy is. If you notice, I didn't check corners. I was dumb here. I leap out. I don't even check my surroundings. I chase this guy. If he's hard aiming these stairs or he's walking up these stairs or in the closet, I'm dead here. This is pure luck that I survived this. So I definitely should get this knock, but I shouldn't have gone in the doorway. I should, when I see this guy, have stopped right here and sprayed from the doorway. This gives me so much more freedom of movement. A, I don't have to walk past any of these blind corners. And B, if somebody pokes out from back here and shoots, I can immediately strafe to the right and I'm safe for a moment to reposition. I got target fixated, chased, and just got lucky that the last player was in here and not the best player in the world anyway, and got the easy underneath a kill on him. The lesson learned is keep moving. Keep repositioning. Don't let the enemy know where you are. Make them have to adjust to you. Okay, we got to take out 4 people. Let's do it. Did you have any downs? You're okay.
No, I killed myself with the nade though.
This last clip is actually my favorite one because it has a funny ending. In this situation, we have a 2v4 that I believe becomes a 1v4 very quickly, and there's a decent amount of good movement. Once again, if you haven't already, go watch part 1 of this How to Win More Warzone Gunfight series, which is on movement. We'll be using some of those tricks right here. So I heartbeat, I know where one player is over here. We don't know if he's above, below, anything like that, trying to use audio cues. I decide, okay, we know we're in a tough situation here. My teammates have already called out that there's a full team pushing. It doesn't just no good to both be sitting in the same room just to get wiped out by 4 guys. So I reposition, leap across this little jump spot, This green ping was my teammate saying they're moving from that way, so I at least am guessing they're going to come in down here or down here. And guessed right. I see one there, one there. So jump down, get the easy knock in the back on this guy, and go for the finish. Now, you don't always want to go for the finish. In fact, I would recommend not going for the finish unless it is the optimal time. If you can conveniently go for the finish where it's not going to put you at risk of being rechowed immediately and dying because of low ammo or low plates, go for it. It helps. But don't get fixated on that finish. Honestly, sometimes you can use a downed opponent to draw in your enemies because they want to save their downed player more than anything. So if you hear that res noise or they push to it, it's at least an area you know they will be. But in this situation, I had an easy finish on the guy. I had enough ammo and there was plenty of areas for me to duck out on this. So I get the finish, reload the MP5. Okay, so I think my mistake in this clip is actually just missing my shots. As simple as that. Could have probably been a little bit better movement. I do throw in, as you see, some B-hops here to throw off his aim, which is actually the only reason I win that gunfight, because I'm just missing my shots. I think part of that's just the darkness and the railing. It was hard for me to see exactly where his body was, so I was kind of spraying for the hit markers and then trying to stay on the hit markers. We still win it, but it was definitely a focus more on my shots. Don't take for granted that I'm going to hit them. Again, reload. I think the mistake here is I probably should have moved farther away from where I just got that kill, because if anybody was rushing down right there, I have 0 health and I needed to reload my gun. I really should have just slid away as fast as I can and then reloaded, plated, and re-challenged. Didn't get punished for it here. Okay, so now we have a 1v2 situation and we know they are rezzing the guy I just knocked. So I go ahead and plate because there's no way I'm taking on a 1v2 or potential 1v3 with low plates or ammo. Push up. I hear the res noise right here. This is why I decided to push this door. I hear them rezzing. So jump the door. I actually get kind of lucky here if you watch this, because I down the guy rezzing, and with the last bullet going through there, I actually hit the guy who just got rezzed and re-down him. Down rezzing, boom, tagged him. So I got the double down on that, which is super important because now I have a 1v1. 30 ammo still in the MP5, 2 plates. That's actually really not bad at all for a 1v1. Back up. So I throw the nade to hold the doorway. That'll do 2 things. Either he won't come through that doorway for a second, which gives me a second to replate or reload or reposition, whatever I need to do in that situation. And then if he does come through that doorway, I know I'm going to get the extra damage of when the grenade goes off, because he's going to have a hard time avoiding that grenade. Or if he does, I'm going to have easy shots because he can't shoot and run at the same time. Needless to say, crack him, down him, easy finish. And now the biggest mistake of this video. I died of my own nade. Did not think he could hit me from there. It's in the doorway on the bottom of the stairs, and I was so excited about getting a pretty solid squad wipe that I ran right into the grenade's explosion and killed myself. Yeah. So the takeaway there is, wait a moment to celebrate. When you get that sweet squad wipe, take a second and make sure you're okay and safe before you fist pump and get all excited. Anyways, I hope some of this clip analysis helps you guys. If there's anything else you'd like to see or any questions you have, put them in the comments below. I appreciate a like or subscribe, and come check me out at twitch.tv/modrummy. We'll see you guys next time.